From an inexperienced boy to a Jedi Master, Luke Skywalker has definitely changed over the course of the Star Wars movies. In all of pop culture, there are very few heroes who have such a significant impact on people's lives and an overall landscape of geekdom like Luke Skywalker. He is one of the central heroes of Star Wars, adored in the original trilogy, and was brought to life by the equally beloved Mark Hamill. Luke goes on a terrific journey throughout the original trilogy. Luke grows and develops a lot across his movie appearances, and here we take a look at some of the biggest ways he does so. Starting off, he loses his uncle and aunt. The first big thing to happen to Luke Skywalker when we meet him in A New Hope was the death of his aunt Beru and Uncle Owen when stormtroopers murdered them. Luke wasn't going to go with Obi-Wan due to his commitments to his aunt and uncle. They were the only family he had and knew of, and finding them dead and the homestead burning meant that Luke had nothing left to lose and was able to go to the stars. Speaking of leaving Tatooine, that is something that Luke had longed and been desperate for his entire life. So after the death of his aunt and uncle, he takes his opportunity. Like his father, Luke dreamed of the stars, and he finally did that. Had Luke not left Tatooine, nothing else would have happened. It changed the course of not just Luke's life, but the fate of the galaxy. The famous binary sunset shot sees a young Luke staring at the sky. With his dreams out of reach, and with leaving Tatooine, he was finally able to reach them. Once off Tatooine, Luke rescues Leia from the Death Star, leading him to join the Rebel Alliance and being part of the Battle of Yavin. Luke's role in the Battle of Yavin cannot be understated and brought out significant changes in him. With that fast change, Luke ended up becoming a general in the Rebel Alliance and had to quickly adapt to be a good example. From this, he went on immense adventures, and instead of becoming a Jedi, he helped save the galaxy from the tyranny of the Empire and helped Luke grow, mature, and learn a lot. Arguably, even more important to Luke's growth and his story of the original trilogy is Luke's journey to becoming the Jedi Master, growing from a farm boy in A New Hope to a wise master in Return of the Jedi and beyond. Some of the best scenes in The Empire Strikes Back are the scenes of Yoda training Luke. Throughout his training, we see Luke learn new skills and become more attuned with the Force. Another hard fact Luke had to face was learning the truth about his family. One of the greatest and most essential twists in movie history was a revelation in 1980 in The Empire Strikes Back when Vader says the iconic line, "No, I am your father." The revelation of Vader being Anakin Skywalker was and remains phenomenal and massively impacted Luke's life. Had Luke not known the truth, he may have not been more sympathetic or patient with Vader. Knowing Vader was his father meant he kept confidence that there was still good in him and meant he would do everything he could to help him and bring him back to the light side of the Force. He succeeded, and on top of that, Luke knowing Leia was his sister and sensing the Force in her allowed for him to train her later. Also, another thing in The Empire Strikes Back is that Luke lost Anakin's iconic blue lightsaber when Vader sliced off his hand. In a deleted scene for Return of the Jedi, Luke crafted his iconic green lightsaber. The lightsaber itself is a small change for Luke, but what it represents is a massive change for him. One of the biggest steps a Jedi can take in their journey is creating their first lightsaber. The connection to the Force and having something that's an extension of you feels gratifying when you complete it. It is him completing his Jedi training, it is him learning, growing, becoming a Jedi Master, and embodying all the qualities that come with that. Another thing he comes to learn is peace and serenity. When we first meet Luke and he begins his Jedi training, he's a bit hot-headed, impatient, and a bit too confident, and far too ready to jump into situations for which he's not prepared. As we progress through each movie though, we see Luke grow in the virtue of patience. Instead of immediately jumping into a fight with Jabba, he has a plan and is patient, very different from what happened on Bespin. Additionally, Luke becomes very calm and is peaceful within himself, as highlighted in his meeting with Vader when he remains calm and simply tells Vader that there is still good in him and that he will not turn. And the biggest way Luke has changed is that he has matured. Alongside learning peace and patience, every time we see him again, he is more mature from the last. He grows and grows to the point that when Return of the Jedi comes around, he's a different person. A mature person, a true Jedi. Instead of being whiny, impatient, a bit selfish and stubborn, Luke ends up a wise, mature individual. He understands what must be done. He knows how to do things peacefully and in the right way rather than jump right into it. His outfits and looks change and are very representative of how much Luke develops and has grown up.